What's up guys, and welcome to another KeenGamer review. This time we have the Viper Ultimate wireless gaming mouse from Razer, so let's dive straight in. Razer Viper Ultimate is the natural evolution of the original Viper. When it comes to the design, it's a no-nonsense, minimal and instantly recognizable mouse that screams esports. In that regard, the first thing that I want to mention is how surprisingly light the mouse is. Most previous gaming wireless mice I used frequently went over the 100 gram mark, which in recent months made me switch over to using the insanely light Glorious Model D. My worries of Viper Ultimate being too heavy were quickly dismissed the first time I handled the mouse. Its mere 74 grams, coupled with the fact that it's wire-free, immediately puts it in front of many wireless mice out there, and we're just getting started. Most of the mouse is made out of plastic that features a smooth matte finish, which makes it a bit more impervious to scuffs and scratches. The only exception to this is the textured rubber featured around the side buttons. While this makes the mouse somewhat more comfortable to grip, it's important to note that rubber has the potential to degrade in the long run. I definitely didn't get to that point with the Viper Ultimate, but if my previous SteelSeries Rival 650 is any indication, the rubber is bound to degrade within a year of intense usage. Now you might say that that is a normal lifespan for a gaming mouse, but it's still a shame knowing that a mouse this expensive could degrade in any aspect after such a short time. Other than that, the Viper Ultimate's design is almost without flaw. It comes in at 117mm in length, 71mm in width, and is 38mm tall at its highest point. The latter fact makes it a very flat mouse, which makes it comfortable to use for both the claw and palm grip, with both of the side buttons being easily accessible without you needing to dislocate your thumb. They are featured on both sides of the mouse, which when combined with its symmetrical shape makes the Viper Ultimate completely ambidextrous. When it comes to buttons, the mouse has 8 in total. On the top you have the 2 main ones, the scroll wheel and the 2 macro buttons on each side. Underneath you have the DPI button, under which is the power switch. The scroll wheel, while offering a good tactile feel, can be somewhat stiff, especially if you are used to other mice where the scroll wheel offers minimal or no resistance whatsoever. It's not something that's a negative and definitely won't hinder your usage of the mouse, but you'll surely notice it and it could require some time to get used to. One area that has seen a massive improvement over the original Viper are definitely the mouse feet. This time you have the TFFE feet that make the mouse smoothly glide across any and all surfaces, ensuring that there's not one weak link in terms of external components that could hinder the performance of the mouse in any way. The last thing to talk about is the charging dock, that really showcases how Razer thought of everything. While you can buy the Viper Ultimate without the dock and charge it via the micro USB port in the front, the convenience of using the dock and its implementation really makes it worthwhile. Every time you get up from your PC, you simply place the mouse on the dock, and not only do you have a hassle and cable-free way of charging it, but you also have a nice way of displaying your expensive new toy. Furthermore, the dock has a pass-through USB port that fits the receiver dongle, so you don't lose an additional port when using the Viper Ultimate. To ensure the dock stays firmly in place, it even has sticky rubberized feet, so you don't need to worry about it shifting when placing the mouse upon it. Of course, one more thing we have to mention in terms of the design is the RGB. Since Razer is known for oversaturating their peripherals with colorful lights, it's a genuine surprise how tastefully and thoughtfully it's implemented here. The dock, which is connected to the PC and constantly powered, features a thick, beautiful RGB strip across its edges, while the mouse, where the battery is of concern, only has a subtle Razer logo on its back side. Placing the mouse on the dock, you get a nice visual indicator with red, orange, yellow or green lights signifying the battery level. There are no different light zones, and both the dock and the mouse only have around 5 basic effects, which in all honesty is just enough, especially when you consider the positive effects on the battery life. When it comes to what's under the hood, this mouse definitely has it all. First up, the sensor. Viper Ultimate is equipped with Razer's own Focus Plus optical sensor that goes up to a whopping 20,000 dpi and has a 650 IPS tracking speed. On paper, that's more than many of the competitor mice, and I certainly appreciate the wider range of customizability. But in practice, it's an unnecessary overkill that not many players, if any at all, will actually use. With that being said, the Viper Ultimate is still a top-notch, highly accurate mouse and easily one of the best mice for competitive play, let alone something casual. In that regard, one concern many players might have is the fact that the mouse is wireless. Are there any signal interruptions that might cause the mouse to slow down, lag, or otherwise be inferior to a wired one? Well, I'm glad to put your mind at ease by saying that the Viper Ultimate doesn't suffer from any such issues. As mentioned, the mouse connects to your PC via a 2.4 GHz USB dongle with Razer's hyperspeed wireless tech, which promises a latency of less than 0.2 milliseconds. Big marketing names and statistics aside, the mouse really feels and performs as if it was a wired one. This fact, coupled with low click latency of Razer's optical switches, makes the Viper Ultimate the best wireless mouse experience we've had to date. All of that would be for naught, however, if it wasn't for the battery, which is one of the best aspects of this mouse. Officially, it's rated for 70 hours of continuous usage, and our testing proved that to be completely true. We did a combination of productive work and gaming with RGB turned on for 5 to 6 hours each day, and the mouse kept going for 7 straight days. Even if you completely run out of battery and still want to use it, you can simply connect the cable from the dock directly into the mouse to quickly charge it that way. However, that probably won't happen in the first place if you have the dock, due to how convenient it is to just place the mouse on it whenever you're not using it. Then there's the Razer Synapse Software, where you can customize the mouse to suit your every need. Synapse is generally regarded as an easy-to-use, robust software with a well-designed user interface, and all that holds true when you use it for the Viper Ultimate. You can customize the sensitivity and function of each button, set up macros, fine-tune the DPI and pooling rate, change the RGB and battery settings, and much more. Viper Ultimate even supports Razer's Hypershift that enables you to designate a button that, when pressed, will add an additional layer of different controls and commands on each button. You can also store up to 5 different profiles in the internal memory of the mouse, and of course, sync its lighting with other Razer peripherals. The last unavoidable thing to take note of course, is the pricing. Viper Ultimate costs $130 by itself and $150 together with the dock. While that's definitely a hefty price for a mouse, Razer really didn't cut corners and packed it with so many features, ultimately delivering one of, if not the best gaming mouse on the market. Summed up in one sentence, the Viper Ultimate is a highly customizable wireless mouse with a long-lasting battery that performs as if it was wired. I mean, what else could you even ask for?